Good morning, um, good afternoon, good evening, good day to some of you and to all of you. Happy Monday. Today's Monday, February 28th, 2022. Today is actually the last day of February 2022. Tomorrow we will be talking about the month of March. Um, we'll be starting a new month, but today is part of the new week. Um, and so we want to welcome all of you. Thank you for tuning in. As always, this is SKTV. We want to welcome you to a new edition of the SKTV show today. Um, I know we're off on Monday, on Saturday, on Sunday, so we miss a lot. We miss you as much as you missed us. So, yes, but good thing is we're back today. We're back to discuss national issues, um, different conversations about different things that are happening in our country. We'll say welcome. Um, we'd like to start off, as always, by greeting the Liberian people, referring to them as the most important people on earth. Just a lot to talk about today. A lot to uncover. A lot has happened over the past few days that we did not air due to different reasons, but a lot has happened. So we want to welcome all of you. We want you to share the show, invite someone. We are here today. Momentarily, Telco should be joining us. And I want to believe Mr. Sibu Kane should be joining us as well at some point. But long story short, we have a lot to uncover. I witnessed some things that I've never witnessed in my lifetime, and maybe it's really never happened in our times. I heard some things I've never heard, so a lot to uncover. As we always say here, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. That is a fact that cannot be debated. Um, but we want to welcome all of you. We have a lot to talk about, a lot of good conversations to be held here today. We will encourage you to share the show. Today, we want to talk about things that are impacting Liberia, things that are creating problems. As you can see the headline, are we aiding and abetting some of these things, some of the wrongdoings in Liberia? Most times we blame the government for everything, for most things, but we'd like to create a contrast and a balance today as much as possible in our conversation. So we will be here over the weekend. We want to say our condolences to Chris Marcelli's family. We were in the Pennsylvania area. We're there in person to witness I'm not sure if it was a memorial service or homegoing service, however you want to term it, of Christmas Silly. Christmas Win Silly. Very interesting times, very interesting moment, and very interesting sets of people we are. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. But, we're glad that we were there to see things unfolding, to hear things. Again, I would just say very interesting. Very, very interesting sets of people we are. To be very honest. Very interesting sets of people we are. But yet, we were still there, and it's still a grieving process for the family, a grieving time. But it was interesting. That I will say. And our people, some of our people, man, oh man, boy, oh boy. Some things I saw, some things I heard. I was like, okay. Very interesting times and very interesting people. But we'll leave it at that. As we get into the conversation, let's share the show. Let's have the opportunity to share the show. We will have a surprise guest at some point that will join us to have some national conversations as well. So today we have a lot to uncover. A lot. It's just, again, I'm dumbfounded. Normally, I'm not. I don't easily look forward to a lot of things, so I don't be surprised. But I was surprised. But again, let's share the show as we get ready to have this national conversation. Thank you so much to all of you who've reached out, who were not on air. Many of you reached out. Thank you. We traveled, so we really could not air. We had a lot going on at once. I know Sekou was a very, very busy weekend for him as well. Unlike Chelko as well. I think she had, I'm not sure she wanted to talk it on here, but a lot of things were going on. A lot. Can you imagine we couldn't even talk on the phone? Chelko and I spoke on the phone for I think sometimes yesterday, since I was on the East Coast for a very long time. Every time we speak, it would just be very, very short. She got to run, I got to run, or Sekou would miss each other, So it was a busy weekend for us. Very, very busy. And the other guys, or the other people who are behind the camera who don't normally like to come on, who ask them to please do the show, they say on our own. So none of us were available. So we're sorry. We did not leave you out. We did not intend to go that far or for that long. But we had to take care of some stuff. But I think we've taken care of some things and we are back. And we're back to have the conversation that people don't want to have. We're back to have them. But let's share the show quick. We own no copyright to this song. Very serious conversation here today. All right. Good music. I was dancing in the back. Um, I know some haters will say I didn't know how to dance, but well, that's on you guys. This is a very good song. I don't know the meaning of it. If somebody can please put the meaning up there for us or under one of the in the live feed, that would be good. What is he really saying? But I like the song. Somebody said the choreography is very good. Yes, indeed. The choreography is very, very good. You can't beat that. Um, so our dancing, you know, and that's more dancing I was doing in the back. Yeah, the hater them would say again, then I want your business. I ain't even worry about I won't say it, but the people who know me, who not see me dancing, they know what's up. They know I can dance. Unless someone who can be sitting in the chair who they can dance. I can dance. Real dancing. What I'm talking about. I'm talking about real fake dancing. I'm talking about real dancing. Where you can real dance. Telco not see me dancing. Telco not see me dancing. You're my asshole. She not see me dancing. Yasendi not see me dancing. I go asshole. Big that small dancing I can do. But loud that one when I on dancing video right now. Some of you won't know if I can dance or not. You'll try it. Try it, you will see. You see real dancing call to order. But let's recognize one or two people and then we'll get into the conversation here. James, welcome to the show. Emmanuel, welcome to the show. Hassan, welcome to the show. Is that Kwa or Ko? Welcome to the show. Celestine, welcome to the show. Tao, welcome to the show. Miata, welcome to the show. Tanya, welcome to the show. Mark, Yaya, welcome to the show. Prince, welcome to the show. Nancy, welcome to the show. Oh, Nancy laughing. Nancy, Nancy not believable. She's believable. Jimmy believe that. You know like dancer. You know like dancer. Yeah. Benjamin, welcome to the show. On cover edition. Florence. Florence, I'm not sure. Florence, I want to be writing this on here, please. We do not condone. Please. I'm not sure what you mean. That word. Can you please maybe Maybe I'm not sure. Benjamin Jonas, we already recognize you. Uncle TV, we already recognize you. But if you were not recognized, we are very sorry. It's due to, you know, it's due to the fact that maybe you didn't write. Somebody say I look shy. Yes. Nancy, I am. Most people don't know I'm shy by nature. Oh, okay, Florence, thank you for the clarity. Tate, it mean you meant dance. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much. But somebody write the meaning of this song now so we can know what this song means. We'll get into the conversation here because we want to know what the meaning of this song. Yes, Nancy, you can say that I'm shy by nature. I am. Most people will not think so, but I am. In person, I'm a total different person. So what's the meaning of this song? We're waiting. Let's get the meaning of this song and get started, please. If you ain't get the meaning of this song, we're not going nowhere. We want to know what this song means. All day you'll say you're from the other tribe, you're from that other tribe. You got to tell what this song means. If you bring a Loma or a Bandi song here, I will tell you what it means. You will tell what this song means. I know that Grobo or that crew or that whatever they were singing or crying. You all got to tell what that song means. We're waiting. We're waiting. You got to tell us. You ain't tell we're not moving anywhere. We're stuck. We're stuck here. We're not going nowhere. My man Benny Moss Jonah, that poor year, man. You don't know the meaning of the song, man. She on you all the beat more you get. You don't know the meaning of the song. I space on you, man. I gave up, brother. Oh, this small song here, you don't know the meaning. You just read it, the thing there. He's praising a woman. Acknowledging a girl. What does that supposed to mean? Anybody can praise a woman, brother. As when I was sister there, yeah. My man, you don't know the meaning of the song. I'm going with me, you're not going there, man. You know the meaning of the song. Shame on you. I'm gonna trust you for what? Let somebody get the meaning of the song. I will begging you. You're not listening to the Benjamin Jonas guy. They got. I give up on the Benjamin Jonas guy, man. Tell I beg you, come. Tell I beg you, come for your best friend, Jonas. In here bouncing on all with different meaning. You want to confuse everybody. Yeah, they just confusing everybody. I beg you, can't get your best friend Benjamin Jonas. Yeah, I beg you. But yes, welcome to the show, and let's have you greet our people first. And your complete man coming to me too much, yeah. The weekend I'm gonna rest. I say my way. What do I do again? But what's up? Welcome to the show.
Happy Monday. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Happy Monday and say happy Monday to the viewers, SK2 viewers around the world. Glad to be alive. We're not better than those that went this weekend. And certainly it, within the last hour or the last minute. So we're grateful for life most of all. And so glad to be here briefly. So busy Monday, work-wise, but glad to be here.
So you just appear innocent on the show. You just add innocent when you now call serious runners.
It's all about timing and season. You gotta know where to be, noisy and when to be, whatever it is.
I give up your complaints, your screenshot, everything just land on my inbox, just my text message, my inbox and my WhatsApp. So I click on it and tell who.
I can imagine second inbox, my God.
But tell it's very concerning that some of our listeners and our viewers can't even interpret the song that was playing, and we all, it's very concerning. Trust me, if this song was a Bandi or Loma song, I think through interpretation, man. Yeah. I throw interpretation all the time.
And I supposed to interpret that because my mom is from Liberia, right? But I ain't no fool. Sometimes I miss that though. I wish I knew. Yeah, I wish I knew some.
Wow. Okay, we'll leave it as that. You got Benjamin Jonah trying to confuse her and put when you ready to throw the other one, you see which one will stick on the wall. We're not here for that one. We want a serious interpretation, we'll move forward. But Telco, this weekend, just an update. We're in the Pennsylvania area or the East Coast, witnessing a Christmas silly burial, homegoing.
That was sad.
I don't know how you term it. People have different meanings for it and so forth. Um, very sad times.
Yes, sir.
Yet some people use the moment and the time. I'm not saying honor age. I'm not saying teenager. Grown men and women to openly sell stupidity, foolishness.
Hmm.
And some of us thought that maybe some of this nonsense are just limited to the internet, but in person, these people are infested with foolishness and stupidity. And at the ages, you can bet that they will never change. They will be like that.
Oh yeah, certain always.
Very
Mm-hmm.
disgraceful and shameful times.
Hmm.
Very embarrassing things they were doing for some of
And
the
they don't
women.
even know where to do it,
No,
when to do it.
no,
You
no,
know,
no,
I
no.
was so broken, quite honestly, seeing some of the videos. Because Steve, I'll be very honest with you. I said to myself, and I told one or two people too. I said we have taken the true meaning out of sympathizing with people and sharing in their loss. We go to these funerals, even if we call it a celebration of life. But we go to these funerals and we take the whole meaning out of it. We turn it into a party. We turn it into a class reunion. We turn it into foolishness, and not even beautiful foolishness, complete foolishness. And we just take the whole meaning out of it. Even if the family say we don't want to mourn, we want to see it as a time of celebration of life. But there's a way you do it and do it with discretion. Not the family now, but the people that are there. But it's a show off. It was just so sad for me seeing all of that. It was just so sad. Let alone, the young man. Oh, wait till soon. He's 31 years old. So much life ahead of him. But regardless, even if he was a vibrant person or a lively person, but some of the people, I mean, oh my God, I saw some of the clips here and there. I was broken. I was broken. I was really, really broken. It's like our people have lost their mind, some of us, that we don't know. We talk about timing and place, where I can be this person and where I can be this person. They apply this flat rule, and the thing is cool. You take this ghetto, ratchet, all the word behavior and take it to in professional setting, take it in people's wedding, take it to people's funeral, take it to people parties, and it's troubling. It's troubling, especially for our generation. It's troubling. It's troubling.
And and
Yeah.
and just before going, I want to recognize somebody that was very hospitable. Told me when I was on the East Coast, King V. I want to say thank you so much, King V. Soiree, a very good brother. There's some good Liberians that still exist. There's some responsible and mature Liberians that still exist. Sekou told me about King V, and we just laugh about it. I didn't get to experience who he was until I got to the East Coast. And King V will do or did anything he could to ensure that I was convenient, I was well taken care of in from New Jersey. I want to say thank you to King V. King V, thank you so much. An honest appreciation. I'd appreciate you. It's hard to find honest and good-hearted people. I've never met someone from anywhere, but yet and still they're hospitable, nice, very welcoming. You know, we we lecture for 2 hours like we've been knowing each other for years. You know, I want to say thank you to you. Thanks so much. Um, thank you. Uh, thank you. We'll talk behind the scene, but thank you. But let me let me get to something here. Tell that was even a little concerning before we get to the topic here. You know, people travel from Africa. When you come to another culture, another country, There's some ways you're expected to behave or so forth. Um, I had grown men that include Eugene Fagon and other people jumping around making noise in public, talking about they're doing the CDC thing and just totally out of order and disgruntled, wearing red beret, blue beret, and just making fool out of themselves, jumping around, whether that they Prince Sharif, making fool out of themselves. The question I really want, the question sometimes I run to mind is, when was the last time they saw Tim Weir? When was the last time they saw Josh Weir's wife, Clyde Weir, which we'll talk about here in a little bit too as well? When was the last time they saw them in this gathering misbehaving, making fool of themselves? You get these grown men and women passing around and making, they go to the wake keeping, they just turn it to be a party scene. They turn it to be, I don't understand what kind of people we are, that people that normalize stupidity in public and just make it look like it's a normal way of life and everybody should just fall in line. Everybody should just agree with it. The optics just look funny. They just took away from the whole thing. We're keeping normally, even if people do it there, it's done decent, discreet, respectable, honoring way. Oh no, no. Everything they use the opportunity to get drunk, create some kind of drama, create some kind of scene, unnecessary noise, passing around, misbehaving. Every little thing.
Just loud. I mean, rude.
Loud, obnoxious, very, very loud. Very loud. They just look. Some of us were sitting. Can you imagine? You are embarrassed for somebody.
Imagine.
Look, I sat there and I was like, wow. I sat there and I said, wow. God, what kind of people? How do these people think? Imagine, tell your daughters seeing you bouncing around, and they're sweating, and that they don't want to see you, they want to hug you, they want to do that one, they want to do that one. No sense of, like, I'm trying to understand these people. I'm trying to understand which planet they come from.
Some of them barefooted and all in the social gathering. I think it's cool and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm just like, what?
Very embarrassing and troubling times, to be honest with you. Then they go to the repast again. Everybody, they want to show. Look, let me tell you something. This thing of celebrity that you get in your head. Poor people are not celebrity. Go check all the celebrities. They get money. They live up to that knee and that tattoo. They have the money to spend. They do. Because of this celebrity title that you want to carry. This embodiment of celebrity that you got in your head. Because you turn this camera on. And one or two people watch you, or they watch all of us. And some of us, we are struggling. We're struggling. Some of us were struggling. But because of this celebrity thing that you're getting in your head, you think you need to do everything and anything to misbehave, to just catch that little moment. Some of you are not even like that. But you go in public and you just act up. Just behave the fool. And the sad part about it, both men and women. Oh, I saw this guy called Prince Sharif in person here.
I did.
I saw him in person here. There are some people that are just born naturally. They're just sycophants. When they may appear like this, sycophants can appear in front of him. A grown man, four grown men. All his jaw is positioned in a full grown way to show fully grown. But yet he has resulted. He's resolved. And I see him passing around. And I see grown women passing around. I'm like, wow, what kind of people we're dealing with? But let's move forward to our conversation, because these people, their conversation, we can't finish up with it. But let's bring here one of our guests. My man,
Yay!
How you
Happy
guys
month, my
doing?
friend.
How you
My
doing,
Good,
man,
good,
we
man?
here,
good,
oh.
good.
We've been looking up to you,
I know you read for us for a while now.
We've been looking up to you, my man. What is going on?
I've been listening to you. I think you got all the things that are going on.
My man, when I see you, I was looking for you in Philly, my man. When I saw the man join me around, I said, "Me see my boy and Sony there. I go check that." I thought you were making that Tuesday, my man.
Yeah, I didn't show up. I'm not sure I needed to be invited, but I just didn't plan to go there. Um,
Okay.
I think it was a CDC event. I don't have one of that barrier, right? I don't have it. So
My man, the
I
follow-up play. The follow-up play will fall down inside. I'm like you. I swear. CDC versus they want to be celebrated in the head.
Hmm.
Brother, I said we fall down inside bad way. I was just saying there and say, wow. But yes, let's get to our topic here. I want to ask a general question to both of you. Truly speaking, have we gotten a society now wherein, or a nation or group of people wherein we seem to be aiding and abetting crimes or wrongdoings in our country? What would you say, Joe?
I think we've always been to that place, or just that we've seen it on a larger scale because the poverty has increased. I mean, people shielding their own, but more so it's because of the economic stability, most of all. But it's always been there. It's just on a higher level. That's all it is for several reasons, not restricted to those two that I named. I think it's always been there.
Okay. I'm sorry, what do you say?
And Tavina is right. Um, I have not been around a long time. I think the three of us have been around a little bit, but at least we've been able to get some clue from history. We've seen that also around the world. It's not only unique to Liberia. Another thing Tavina said is that it's just that it's at a whole new level now.
Hmm.
That is also true, and we are seeing this at this all new level or a whole new level for reasons that you can't actually pinpoint the exact one. Few thoughts come to mind. Is it because of the individuals we have as a president? A friend of mine called Josiah Joker, he wrote a book called The Danger of a Celebrity in Power,
Right.
the case of Liberia. And he explained about Trump and George Weah. These are two celebrity presidents that came to power just about the same time. You could see when Trump was elected how people could not control their emotions about him. He happened to be a celebrity. The same with Joshua. Joshua was a celebrity, and I believe he still is a celebrity as a president. He said reasoning that, I'm a celebrity either way you look at it. And people who love celebrities all around the world, especially in America, we can relate to that. We see how people, worship, they adore those who they see are their celebrities in the world. We see that on the soccer page when we're watching football. Some fans will even rush on the field just to touch, the person they adore at their soccer icon. We've seen that people running to touch Messi, people running to touch Ronaldinho. We've seen that. So, and I'm not sure, but based on my reading, celebrities are people. Others will even kill themselves. They can do anything for them. Somebody will spend $1,000 for something that is meaningless to them because the celebrity says it's good. The picture I'm painting is to put small little meat on what Tevina said, that this thing is at a whole new level, even though it has been around for a long time. It said because we are a celebrity, he was loved when he was playing football. It said that love that continues. Whatever that is, I think is part of it.
Hmm.
And another contributing factor to that is this idea that our politics is us versus them, right? It is contributing to it. Our friends in the CDC, President Weah is their political goal. They have to defend him, even though they are not happy. Not all of them, all right? A good number of them, majority of them are not happy the way he leading our country. But they see him as their own guy, and every other person's are against them, and so they have to fight. And that's what I see. So, Steve, if you look at it, yes, Davina is right. It is not new. It's at a whole new level. I think your topic there is aiding and abetting. So,
Right.
because they love this man, because it is you versus us. Even if our side is wrong, we have to defend our side because we are in this fight. So even if we are wrong, we have to justify. We have to spin that wrong to make it right. Even if that wish is being built like a market is meaning that the last time Kwame Opa Wigs was live at a place where he displayed the Clawia market. Steve, when I saw that, I had my hands like this. I don't know if you remember when Sedition celebrated that meaningless project. That market is in the middle of nowhere and you can't see anything. And that's all it is, Steve. That's all it is.
Okay. Well, it's becoming apparent. But also, I have to be fair
Mhm.
that there were one or two mature Liberians that I saw, very intelligent.
Mhm.
There were one or two. It's just that the influx of the immature one was so much that sometimes you couldn't even recognize or think that they were good, mature, wise, intelligent, responsible Liberians. But I did take notice of one or two of them, even seditious. There were one or two of them that were, very intelligent, very wise. I sat on the table with some people and we had brief conversations. One of my sisters from CDC were trying to so highly convince me to join CDC. I said, okay. You're pushing the
I
case.
was thinking about it.
Who are making the case? Who are making the case? I said, okay, no problem. But in all honesty, we're growing. It's growing. The number is too large. So my question to both of you is, who reevaluated this 3 years old little girl or boy or child? Who reevaluated this child, and why is it that up until now, maybe the full story has not come out as it's supposed to be, whether that's from the family side or so forth? I really want us to look into who really violated this girl or this baby, 3 years old, and what's really going on. Because I don't think we've heard from the police. I don't think we've heard from the authorities, from the family and so forth. Chad, what would you say? I know that's something you're very passionate about.
Well, based on what I read from the Gender Ministry website, and we know that gender they're known for censoring and filtering stuff and kind of coding things. But if I want to take it as a primary source, just because they represent the government,
Right.
what I read from there, they said that it was a minor that violated another minor. Now, the front page, Africa was a little bit more in depth because I understand their papers. And so they mentioned a 17-year-old that violated the 3-year-old, which was even more concerning, regardless of the age. The bigger picture there is minor violating another minor. And so that was concerning. Now, when you talk about the police haven't said anything about it, I would have hoped by now they would have said something. They may not, again, they may not disclose the information because both of them are minors. You got to try as best as much as possible to protect the victims, especially when they are minors. But at least to give a brief overview to say, this is what we know, blah, 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 and where we are in the process, just so, kind of so they haven't said anything, but gender did mention on the website again, me on the Facebook page, because they don't have a website, that they are doing more investigation. But again, that's just a blanket statement. I'm more concerned about that because the country and the government doesn't have even processes or even have facilities to even contain the adult criminals, not only just rape, perpetrators, but just generally the minor criminals. And then you have juveniles that are doing this, so that's another slap on his wrist, and this is going to be over with. So I don't expect much, quite honestly, when it comes to
Okay.
this.
What would you say, Anthony, about this
Yeah,
disturbing?
the front page story Tavina is talking about, I read it. And I also read the general ministry statement that it posted on its Facebook page. And I've seen posts from many Liberians too. I've seen the outrage, rightfully so. Its front page report is accurate, and I think it is. This person who did this thing is a 17-year-old. So by all standard, he's still a minor. So that what makes this case very complicated. But that cannot and should not take away the necessary response, this act actually deserves, from coming from the government. The general ministry just put out that statement. I don't know, it was because the person who did the act is a minor. Would they have been robust if this person was an adult?
Mm-hmm.
I think general ministry is more about wrong being done against anybody, especially any female. It is the act that you look at and not necessarily the doer. So I would have, loved to see a much more better statement that will warrant, the gravity, the severity of this crime. We're talking about a 3-year-old, but they went further to say, some social, measures being put into place to take care of the child, that the child was taken to the hospital. And, at the time they released the statement, they were hoping to get some, report from the hospital that would tell the condition of the child. That's what they said. How be it, Steve, it is important that we talk about how we got here, why this evil continues. Why? Is it because leaders, past administration, and even current administration, did not actually or have not been able to really put their foot down against what is evil in our land? Is that's why it is? It's a difficult subject. This is not something that I can really speak to eloquently. Even people like Tavina who in this line of advocacy, I can imagine how difficult it can get for them, especially when you're talking about a child. All right. And so I will not be very intelligent on this one, other than to hold leaders accountable, that if they were doing much more, if their decisions, their actions, holding perpetrators accountable, if that message had gone forth loud and clear to perpetrators and will be perpetrators, all right, maybe there will be perpetrators who say, I can't do this because if I do, I will suffer a fate that will see me somewhere that my freedom will be taken away. But it has always been the late service on the part of our government. A case in point is the Minister of Foreign Affairs. He's being accused of rape. For Christ's sake, Steve, I mean, what kind of decent leader of a country will get this report that your Minister of Foreign Affairs, there's a case against him, and yet he maintains him on the job? I don't know if there was any investigation put into place. The man is still traveling with the president. Now, fast forward, there was this report of a minor too being assaulted or raped by other minors at the Liberian embassy in Nigeria. What happened to that case, Steve? The father of that child have to leave Nigeria, come to Liberia. He went to every radio station. He said internally he reported it. His bosses did not act. He came to Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He reported it. The Minister of Foreign Affairs did not act. Apparently because he himself is facing similar situation. Our president is the female in chief. Yet, Steve, all they did was to put out this statement. He had to even go to Joel Howard Taylor, the vice president. As we speak, there's no clarity where we are on that case. I'm saying this to say that if our leaders were swift in holding perpetrators accountable and then informing the public about the actions they are taking, given every single case, I think perpetrators and will-be perpetrator will say, I can't do that because if I do, I will face the full weight of the law. And now, fast forward before I turn things over here, the police that should be the one helping are involved. I'm sure you heard about a police officer that raped a female police officer in his office. The police is playing politics with that case as we speak. We don't know where we are. In fact, they are trying to clear him of any wrongdoing to say that it was consensual.
Mm-hmm.
So, Steve, this is where we are. Those who should be standing for the little ones or the victims, they are not there for the victims from what I see.
They are not there for the victims. Well, something I wanted to point out, and I agree with you, both of you, that this seems to be something that wants to be turned to a norm in our country and amongst Liberians. But something that is very interesting, not only that there is a pattern of it, because we saw not too long ago that situation in Nigeria, but something that's also interesting and very shocking in our country, in our times, is normally young people don't revert to raping, violating, or getting sexually involved with minors or children of those ages or so forth. Normally, young people don't do that because we're not wired to do that from our own minds. We're not. That's not how we're programmed to do as human beings. No, that's not how we are. Two things that I've been thinking about, and I've been, doing some research on it. It's, to be honest, it's been very disturbing to even hear these things. Very disturbing. Very disturbing. The vice president has said nothing. She's a woman. She's a mother. The other time when her grandson or child or somebody were involved into some kind of little thing, it became a national headline. And they wanted a speeded trial. They wanted a speeded investigation, whatever it is. Clyde Weah, for which the Liberian women, after George Weah insulted them and disrespected them, went in the street. I've heard nothing from Clyde Weah. We've heard nothing from the office of the first lady. But not only that, at a bigger page, where are the Liberian women? There should be something that they should be, I don't know, pissed off. Pissed off on. Nothing. They're muted. Nothing. But let me come back to this point that this is not common. So the question becomes, if it is not common, then more or likely so it's a learned behavior. So these children learn it from somewhere, they heard it from somewhere, they saw it from somewhere, they adapted it and they tried it. That is in this case. Mm-hmm. So it comes back to the point that you guys. Yeah, go ahead, Go ahead, please.
No, I was saying that I'm trying to agree with you. That kid, the more I process that over the weekend, the 17-year-old, most likely he himself has been violated. Oftentimes these people, things have been done to them. They do almost like a payback. They do it to other people. If you really question him closely, he will tell you that somebody molested him too. It's a circle. It's a circle. I mean, on top of it being learned behavior and no respect for the law and, not holding people accountable, but most likely he probably was violated. The chances, he most likely was. Yeah.
I agree. It could be the case. But as for President George Weah, to be honest with you, me personally, I reached a point where I know within myself, I don't waste my time on President George Weah. I don't. There is no expectation of him doing what is right or even having the willpower to do what is right or wanting to do what is right. So I don't even count him in as much that he should be the one. I don't count him. But what's even sad from what we're hearing, that the family are even trying to, and let me say this to us the Liberians. I know many people get vexed with me on this, but let me say this. This is why my 5 cents will not go towards that cause. Say anything you want to say. Because you know what? Instead of us fighting to hold these people accountable, guess what we are doing? We're making the low it's a collection and a donation thing. No, it cannot be a collection and a donation thing. When a little girl situation happened in Nigeria, they pass around and reduce the situation to accountability and justice. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying collection and donation cannot follow or people cannot help in the situation. But you cannot reduce the situation to just collection and donation. Not they get father was passing around, and everybody want to show now that the humanitarian. Who told you when you get somebody 1,000 or you getting 500, the situation is resolved? Who told you? Who told you that? Who told you that? And the government gets away with this. No sense of accountability, no responsibility is taken. They get away with it because people who suffer for the high-end money must come and put it in there now. Then the government get a pass. Then they look at you as humanitarian and so forth. Listen. We shouldn't be aiding and abetting this form of nonsense. No, we shouldn't. We should not. While Samuel 12 and other people are riding big cars they're enjoying, George Weah is tripling or quadrupling his salary when he is doing nothing. I should take my high-end money. Your cash app this. Your cash app this. But the people who do the wrong, they're not held accountable. They're not held accountable. Nothing is done to them. Nothing. We do it from platform to platform. People might pass around and contribute. They contribute 500 here. They contribute 1,000. Whenever the person comes, I get 250. You humanitarian. God bless you. Oh, that the team will be on.
It's a whole better thing.
Well, yeah.
You know, see, I gotta run, but I want to add to that because you strike a very good point that already had in my mind. You know, our people, we're so used to putting band-aid on wounds. That's how I call it. We don't look at the issue from a systemic point of view and fix it on a systemic point of view. When there's one rape today, and we've had several conversations about that. You have this one rape incident, then everybody come with a cash out, you give that money. Then another one you face gives that money. That's just being and put your wounds. That's not taking the responsibility. You know, I applaud Mr. Kwame Weeks for all the videos that he come up with to show these victims. But sometimes I say myself, you're making your government look bad because that's your government responsibility. Two, it is not our responsibility to be giving these people money to pay their tuition, to do this. That's why we pay taxes. But take the money, the taxes, you put $5 million in bicentennial. This is the money that should be reallocated to take care of needs like this. I saw another post from I think Mrs. Livingston where this child is still profusely for her or her vagina or her rectum, one of the two, and 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 you know people are asking for donations. This is a good thing, but that is the sole responsibility of the government. That's what the taxes are there for. That's why you have social services and those things for. So if we continue to be putting our hard-earned money, and I'm not being mean, I'm just being factual because I'm the kind of person. This is what we do every day. We look at the entire situation, the structure, the system, and we pull out the risk and we talk about how best we can fix the issue from a systemic point and not putting band-aid on it. So I apply that same principle here. So the government must lead this. They need to do this instead of us collecting money. But tomorrow morning there'll be another situation. Somebody will say, "Oh, you won't do it. You don't do it." That's not fixing the situation. That's not fixing the situation. You put it $10 here, $20 here, $20 here. Those are quick fixes. You're not going to fix it.
Just before you leave, because I know Ansonia and I will pivot to the politics here in just a few minutes. But just before you leave, I'd like to incorporate the Isaac Doe situation. First of all, let me say, I don't want us to pass around. Oh, that man and team. Oh, man, they can do it, man. The man just be a girlfriend. No. I don't want for to make it look like it's a boys' talk or it's a boys' thing. Isaac Doe was wrong regardless. Let me put it that way. I strongly disagree with what he did. I'm not in favor of it. I'm not going to make it look like a boss lecture. I'm not going to make it look like this is a joking thing. It was wrong. Even if it is Isaac, Minister Isaac Doe, it would be wrong. God forbid if it was somebody else. It will also be wrong. God forbid if it was done to a man or a woman. In this case, regardless of it, it was wrong. Isaac Doe had choices. He knows better. He's a public figure. And it is wrong. That's how I see it, point blank and pure. Tell what's your take on it and what's Ansoni take on it, and we can get to politics and other things. What's your take on it, especially with this gender-based issue and violence and so forth? And what do you expect? Should Isaac Doe be let go of his position?
I say those stuff. I mean, for all indications, I mean, it's wrong. We can look at it. I mean, from what is expected from a public, from a government official, whether here or there. There's certain things that are just no, just no. And then, what he did. Somebody would say, oh, well, make it cheat, make it cheat. I got some friends that do not cheat. I said, oh, it's either you be married or you be single. You can't have it both ways. And besides that, the situation with I said, oh, it just reminded me of past trauma. You beat this woman violently, beat her in the public, and then demanded your car keys. And you forget me. I sat down this morning. I was thinking, what was going through this man's head? You neglected your responsibility as a man who is married. You forgot that you were in your position. You forgot you were in the public space. So a lot of things happen. Is this a habit of you? Were you drunk? I know obviously you were jealous because obviously you demanding your car keys and this and chasing her. Come on. I said, oh, it's all around wrong, Steve. It is wrong now, today, and tomorrow. I said, oh, it's just so out of character. It is funny because I said, so we sit on spoon, and he brought the hammer, the biggest hammer, on whether be a Moali or whether be a Dara Zilon or whether be a Abatoba. I mean, bring all the people. And I like the way he talk, very calm when he talking. But here you are. Another time I came to mom, I said, look at us into just last week, a few weeks ago, you were talking, my beautiful wife, happy birthday. You're saying, my beautiful wife. Yeah, you are. Not even considering your beautiful wife, fighting in the public space, beating on somebody's child and all of that. Somebody will say, oh, well, she did something, she cheated, whatever it is. As it do, all other men or all other women out there, some of us got big mouth. The few people that don't know me or know me for Talvina got mouth. I know when to use my mouth. I don't disrespect people all over the place. But that doesn't give you the reason to put your hand on me or anybody else. You have options. You can walk away. If you're in a marriage, you can leave the marriage. If you're in a relationship, you can walk away. You have options. But you will not allow your emotions to drive you to a point where you mess yourself up for life. I know friends, I will tell you today, and I'm going to call names, that are in marriages that their wife can be very provoking, but because they have so much to lose, including their career and their professional certification and their family, their reputation, they walk away. They may not be ready at this moment to walk away from the marriage or because, children are rivalry. But when I say walk away, they walk away, going to a business, they get into the car, they walk off, they take other things. Some of them just laugh at all because some of them realize, the mature ones realize that, women generally now, that the mouth is our only weapon. Because I'm not going to slap you, I'm not going to fight you, but I got words for you. And my words can juke when I got words for you. I'm not going to be on your face, but I got words even from a distance. But I give you no right to put your hands on me. So I said to I'm hoping. I understand he was in a point, he was appointed by the president, difference there, but somebody else appointing him, so the president can remove him. But I hope that he will be removed sooner than later, because that sends a clear message to other men out there, other people. I understand they're trying to shield him and protect him and blah blah, a lot of stuff going on, including talking to the victim and money and cash and all involved. Expected. But I'm hoping that Isaac will be removed. That he will do some counseling Whatever be it, that one is when he wife, people talk about marriage counseling, but about, anger management. 'Cause obviously, he let he anger to go the best part of him, and look at the aftermath of it. So that's all I have to say for acid Joe situation. See, on a personal note, I can talk about it now because it's been more than 20 years or 25 years later. But when I say acid Joe situation, reminded me of past trauma, especially when it had to do with our car keys. Many years ago in Liberia when I was married, my ex-husband was trying to tell me exchange. Again, talking about power and control. And he, without telling me, because of the exchange, power and control, he took the key, some old racing car those days, 25 years ago, the car was like 1,400 or 1,800. That's what we bought it. I don't remember the make and model of the car. But this man made all the arrangement, sold the car to some Ghana man. I didn't know. The Ghana man came the morning off that morning to pick up the key from the house. And I came from the bedroom and I saw him handing my car keys to this Ghana man in the living room. And I was just like, my car keys, why are you giving him my car keys? And so why in exchange are he trying to give it to the man? I said, give me my keys. The keys is not yours. That's my car. Whether you bought it from me or not, that's my car. To this date, the slap that I got in my 2 ears in my face for that car keys, in front of the Ghana man, in front of my nurse, in front of my mother. The slap, just because I said, you give it to me, you bought it from me, it's mine, whether we enforce or not. But because he had a habit of, if he and myself have exchange today, no food money in the house, everything we're on hunger strike, whatever it is, because we're living in his pocket, living at his will and pleasure, power and control. So that car keys, demanding his car keys back from the lady, just reminded me of past trauma, power and control. Because you bought me this car key, and I said, oh, I don't want you anymore, or whatever it is, or I made you angry, so you take your ratty car keys back. Come on, and when I said you start beating me, fighting me, come on, man. Come on, man, we need to move past that. No, if somebody say move on, they don't have to verbally say it. They must say in the action, they say move on, move on. There's too many options out there. As far as men, women, too many options. And the more options every day, more people being born, more people getting finer, more people getting educated. Go out there, find another person, but there's no reason for you to be inflicting harm on other people and trauma on other people, disgracing them, ripping their clothes and all of that. I mean, it's just it's so painful because it reminded me of past trauma, like I said, tearing off her clothes. I had to go through that in Liberia with my ex-husband. And talking about this adult, all dressed up. People think that people who are abusive or violent, they got horns on their head, like the cyber criminals, they eat from a dark room, and people, no, they are the most well-dressed people over there. They're looking good, they're fine one. You would never think they would do that. And that's the active kind of people, like my ex-husband kind of people. When you see them, they in court suit, they dress up with the best style, the best suit. You would never think that they would ever lay their hand on a woman. Very violent. You need to stop that. That means they need help. Some of them have past trauma. My ex-husband used to say, you know what? My husband, my mom, my pa beat my mom, and she born 7 children after. So he felt, like you said, outside the house, he said that there was a gold grade to beat other people. I said, Joe, he must be doing it to have the nerves to beat somebody child in the public and harm her the way he harm her. And the many car keys and all of that. I wish that he go to jail. Really, they're not only to be taking office, so that he goes to jail. It will send a loud message to other men out there, even in government, that you will not use your power and control to subdue people or to harm anybody. Nobody deserves that. Nobody. So I rest my case. As you can tell, the other one you're passionate to, maybe because you don't have a victim of domestic violence. So I rest.
Thank you, Tal. Thanks for sharing your story with us or your experience where it's unfortunate, but thanks for enlightening us on it. And Sonny, what do you say before we pivot to the politics? Because this seems to be becoming a norm in our society. It incorporates the rape, the molestation, whether that against women or against men. It's very troubling and concerning, to be very honest. Let we
I'm
talk
gonna
soon.
follow that.
All right, Tal, we'll talk soon.
Yeah, bye-bye. Oh, Steve, myself too, I will be leaving you soon to go push my cartoon. You know, the first thing I want to say is we humans, we are animals. It is one of those things that reminds us that we are animals, that we can get brutal. And Isaac Doe, I know him very, very well, and he knows me too. He is family to me. He's my little brother. He will tell anybody that. This is shocking. He forgot that he has a family. He forgot that he is a public official and that he needed to behave accordingly. He could not control his emotions. Too many things went wrong just at one point. Tevi talked about power and control. That was a classic example. His behavior was repugnant, unacceptable, unbelievable, and disgraceful. Look, Steve, men cheat. We men cheat. Women too cheat. It's the typical behavior of most human beings. So no one listening should pretend as though they are any better than anybody who is caught. Acedo is exposed today. He exhibited violence. He murdered cruelty and violence on a young woman in an open space. I understand it happened at Calabash, the favorite Calabash where the big boys go to hang out with the girls. This is political debauchery. Acid live here in the US. He knows better. I would think at this point now we should hear a statement either suspending Isaac Doe, my little brother, or that he Isaac Doe. And I tried to reach out to him. He's not answering the call. He promised to call me back. He has not called me back. I wanted to get his side of the story, but it is obvious that what is being reported may not be far from the truth. Front page reached out. He didn't respond to any message, did not call. If he did not do that, I would think he would not let the information to stay in a public space that he did it. He will want to clarify that. The fact that he has refused to say, hey, that violence against that young woman, I'm not the doer. Up to this point, what are you waiting for? To tell us that you did not do this, if you did not do it. So it's obvious this is Axis doing. And Steve, there was a proclamation issued by the president in September of 2020, making rape in all forms of gender-based violence a national emergency in a country. That emergency that the president declared is happening in his government and being perpetrated by one of his appointees. Let's hear from him. Let's hear from the president if he means anything in that proclamation that he issued. Look, when people issue these things, Steve, there are reasons to do them. That is, when this thing happened, this is what I'm going to do. But you know very well, this for this government is with lip service. So I will not waste much time here other than to say Isaac did not behave well. The violence against the young woman was undeserving. She did not deserve any of those things. She is a Liberian citizen. he chose to be in, as reported, a relationship with her. And then he will go and do this. That is shameful. Finally, Steve, earlier you asked Tavi on this rape thing, and I'll go back to it because it brought us on your topic. Are we aiding and abetting? Right? And I told you the reason this thing is at this height is this us versus them kind of thing. And many people want to be seen as they are the good guys. When this thing came out about the first lady, I saw the light belong. He changed a profile picture. I saw Snow, he changed a profile picture to Claudia picture. Our brothers and sisters in the CDC, they changed their pictures to Claudia picture. This little girl, she's not human being. This is the person for whom we should all be changing our profile pictures. So that the world will know that as a people and as a country, we don't like what is happening in our country. But none of the leaders has been able to change their profile picture. It tells you where these leaders' minds are, Steve. Their minds are not with the ordinary people. They are not there for the ordinary people. They are there in ranks with each other for their own benefit. This little girl and Claudia, who is a true victim here? Steve, who is a true victim? This is a child who is a victim. We saw her bleeding. 3 years old. She might be damaged for life. She is a true victim. Any leader should be championing her cause. But no leader, no member of the CDC will change their profile picture. The general minister will not change her profile picture. And before I leave,
No, you're not. Just before you leave, let's get to. I want to ask you a political question. You can't leave with all the political question, please. Please,
yes,
Mr.
please, and I'll be brief because of time. Go ahead.
Yes, you can't leave with all this political question.
Mm-hmm.
Few weeks ago or few days ago, we saw part of the propaganda machinery of the Unity Party shamelessly passing around and talking about Tawan Gonglo was going to be on the ticket, or they're in talk with Tawan Gonglo to be vice president, to Joseph Yuma Boaka, and a lot of gibberish and foolishness that passed with on the social media in other places. I even saw an article in the New Dawn newspaper, how they're in talks and very soon Tawan Gonglo and this and that. What do you make of Tawan Gonglo clearing the air and setting the record straight?
Thank you. Before I get to the Tawan, let me make the point I'm trying to make.
Most definitely.
What you spoke merely about something happening to a citizen. Specifically, we're talking about rape, and people are raising money for the victim, right? Mm-hmm. And I wanted to speak to that one. I believe that two things can be true. And the reason is that when you think that we have institutions that will go to the aid of any victim, we don't have those institutions that will be swift, that will have the necessary resources to do so. Most of our institutions are honor-funded, and the leaders in those institutions are very ineffective. They don't prioritize what they should be prioritizing. I'm saying to say that in the case of these rape victims, you think that health institution, other institution into counseling, institution that provide services for these kind of people will go there. What they can do is so limited. So for individuals to be able to say, well, we can contribute, we should encourage that. The only thing we should discourage is that don't do it just because you want to be seen. Do it because there is a need. Because if you are thinking that the government will show up on time to act accordingly, you waste your time. One classical example is the case of Achi Pompon. I don't know if our government has been able to help Achi Pompon. This is a man out of frustration for salary took extraordinary measure that harmed himself, right? People say, well, he did that to himself. That had some people see it. They didn't see the source of that particular action that he took. It was because he could not be paid by the government. If the government had paid him, he would not have done that. But our leaders abandoned this young man. The reason they did that is because they saw him as the opposition. Whoever go to protest against the government sees the person as an opposition. So this tragedy that happened to this man, his own government, his own denied him and neglected him. So in that instance, people need to show up because the institution of government and other institutions will not be there to help any such person. The Tiawan Gonglo issue, so that I can go push my cartoon here quickly. Tiawan Gonglo, there has been this Roman from the Unity Party. There has been this assumption from the Unity Party. The Unity Party is noted that they are the Maradona in Liberian politics. So anybody who they think has some political meaning, that person will not go anywhere else. That person is only good for them to be their number two. That person is good to be their second, the motion kind of person, politically speaking. And the obvious reason is the head of the Unity Party, Mr. Joseph Boakai, he's not a leader. He's used to things being given to him. He does not compete for anything. He does not negotiate. And you understand? He does not advocate. The man has no record or advocacy in his entire lifetime. He became vice president because Ellen picked him. He became minister because he was paid. Wherever he has worked, he was paid. All right? And he feels entitled. And there is a statement that I believe because of the way he behaves. He feels entitled that, well, I want more vote than any other person other than President Weah. So anybody wants to be president, if anybody has to be president, it has to be Joseph Boakai. So those of you who want to be president, if you want to smell the presidency a little bit, come close to it, come and ask me. That's the Unity Party's behavior. So Tiawan was saying, well, the rumor going around that I am going to be number two to Joseph Boakai. We are not in any conversation, any shape or form. I am a possible candidate and I want to run on my party ticket. So my party will have to make the decision if we should collaborate or if I should go along with somebody. He went on by saying, the only way I can go as number two or not even run would be if there's any candidate in the race who has a stronger record on the fight against corruption and integrity, then possibly I can let that person go as number one, I can go at number two, or I can even relinquish my ambition and let the person run because the person will do a better job. You are muted there, Steve. And so Tiawan was saying,
I will hold you there, Mr.
on. So that is all lies. That's why he was saying.
I want to hold you there quick before you leave. I want to hold you there for just 1 second. Do you think Joseph Boakai meets this criteria?
Joseph Boakai,
Tiawan laid out.
No. Let me say that again. No.
Why were you
Joseph Boakai does not meet the criteria. He does not meet the criteria. The criteria we're talking about here is somebody with a stronger record for accountability, integrity, and the fight against corruption. Joseph Boakai does not meet that criteria.
But why would you say
One example. Joseph Boakai, throughout the time he was vice president, did not utter a single word against corruption in Liberia. Not one time he said anything about corruption. He never said that. Nothing. That's one. Number two, there is something called legalized corruption. Legalized corruption is when you put so much money in the budget for government officials to use for their personal reasons, then more money for the people to improve their life. That is corruption. You understand that? Joseph Yeman Boakai was the greatest beneficiary of budgetary looting. That man alone netted over $2 million for his budget as vice president for almost the 12 years he was in power. And he was a signatory to all of those budgets, his signature on those budgets. So that is corruption. It's a legalized corruption. Corruption is corruption, whether you legalize it or not, is corruption. Corruption is, doing something that is not in line with morality, with fairness, with justice. It is not just when one man gets $2 million as his budget for his office, and then the county he comes from get less than that money for county development fund. His county, Lofa County, has always received $200,000 for county development funds. That is the whole county. I don't know the exact population in Lofa. I will pull it at over 150,000 people. But Boakai, his office staff, I doubt they will reach about 300. But he was getting $2 million for that. While his country was getting 200,000. That is unfair. That is unjust. That is legalized corruption, Steve.
So you say Boakai is corrupt?
Boakai has no record.
You are saying Joseph Boakai is corrupt?
Joseph Boakai is corrupt.
Okay. By
my definition of legalized corruption, he's been a beneficiary, signing those budgets, receiving more money, for his office than Lofa County, his county will receive, have been receiving, which is unfair, which is unjust. That's corruption. Obviously, Joseph Boakai is corrupt, and Joseph Boakai knows that he is corrupt.
Interesting.
Steve, I gotta go. I wish I had time to.
I mean, we'll talk. Okay, I will definitely hit you up so we can talk. We this conversation will continue. I think we'll make an arrangement to be on focus so that you and I can have this conversation in detail. Let's look at our time from the Politics Hour, the show that you run on Focus, okay, so that we can definitely expand on this conversation and dig a little deeper.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Later. Thank you so much for your contribution. Well, that was Mr. Anthony C. as you listen. In as much as I don't want to pivot really quick to the politics, we'll be opening the line here very soon for you to make your contributions. I just want to make sure I clarify something about my assertion when it came to contributing, or when it comes to contributing to things that are done in Liberia. Let me say this to you guys. Everyone works for their money, for his or her money. You have the right to spend it as you wish. But I want to say something. I want to be very clear. I want to be very, very clear on something. If the issue of rape, violence against women, abuse, or children, or so forth, will be restricted to cash app and passing around from platform to platform asking for help, then actually going after the perpetrator, I'm not part of that nonsense. I'm not going to waste my time on that nonsense. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. It's counterproductive. It was going nowhere. It's going nowhere. I'm not saying people should not assist. I'm saying, like Obama would say, we can war and chew gum. Where are these perpetrators? How can we hold them accountable? What are we doing for accountability? The little girl that was violated in Nigeria, we have not heard anything about her up until today, up until now. Since the father went from, we need to know what's going on next. Since the father went from one platform to another platform, people made donations, which was a good thing. I'm not against donations. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against donation. But I am not going to reduce a serious case that has the ability to impact the life of someone for it to continue to just be restricted to donation, to Cash App, to Zelly, to send wave to the one. I'm not part of that. I'm not going to be part of that. And I don't encourage anybody to be part of that. If people are not going to be held accountable, if they're going to be held accountable, yes, we can assist. And we can hold the government feet to fire to ensure that they play their part too as well. But if they want to do it on the Cash App level, and come on Facebook and collect small thing here, collect small thing there, give it to the person, then the person go and shut up and just take care of the child, then the next child is the next victim, or the next woman is the next victim. No, me, I'm not in that. No, I'm not on that level. No. I passed that level a long time. I'm not part of that level. And until our eyes can open, people in the country, in the Western world, other part of serious countries, guess what they do? They hold people accountable while they're donating and stuff. They don't just leave it solely to donation. You may rip somebody entire life for the rest of their life. Do you know what happened to that little girl for the rest of her life? Do you even know what's going to happen to her? Just this few days, we started a conversation on mental health and wellness. On Friday, this past Friday, we had a guest who was talking about, childhood sexual trauma. Right while we're having that conversation, this news broke up. It was sent to my inbox. While we're having that conversation this past Friday, I was so broken about this situation. And y'all want to reduce this to a cash app competition or donation competition? You better get serious. I'm hearing that people are hiding the name of the person who committed the crime, and they're making it look like someone a top secret. They want to handle it in the house. They want to talk about it as family, and people should pass around. They get donation, and let them get donation. And what will happen? Nothing will happen in Liberia. We just talk about it after 2 days. Guess what? I'm not into that foolishness. It's counterproductive. It's a waste of time. Because guess what will happen? To you who are donating, get ready again to donate for the next person. Get ready. Until people can be held accountable, where we can show that the people who committed the crime, whether that the mom, pop, brother, sister, or whoever it is, we're not even sure. I question this thing. If this is actually a family member or somebody out of the family, I'm not ruling out any possibility here. But let's know the facts. Let's know the facts. We cannot reduce this to cash app and donation. No. Again, it's a waste of time. If you want to say, like a business and we'll contribute, bon voyage, go contribute. No problem. I don't have a problem with you using your money the way you want to use or spending the way you want to spend it. But if we have to make progress, then we must get to the point where people will be held accountable as well. We can do both at the same time. We can do both at the same time. There is nothing wrong with it. But to just reduce it and restrict it to cash app and donation, we are setting the country up for failure. And I know our Liberian people, they will go and do something funny just so they can get some kind of money or some kind of court. I know these people are brave. If grown men and women can pass around and make fool out of themselves in public, what else they can do? What else they can do? You'll watch TV, and all the things you see on TV, your thing say you can live it in reality. That's not truth. That is not truth. The people who are doing these scripts on TV and entertainment, they're getting paid, they're doing that script they write, and people act them. My people, y'all wake up. They're not truth. What time you not see Beyonce in public misbehaving? The people who really get money, apart from Kanye West, the other people who get mental health problem. All the other people that are sound. What time you not catching in public misbehaving? Think about this today. Passing around misbehaving, and then small to reduce it to cash app, make everything know that we're someone a begging nation. Everybody must be begging. Then you get a government passing around riding big cars. These guys are lavishing money and buying properties and whatever it is. Then you won't come. People who suffer for the high-end money, and when people don't donate, then you make it personal. Listen, for me, I told you, say last year, I told you, I will never contribute to any foolishness. No way. It's not going to happen. I will never, my fasting will not go behind any foolishness. It's not going to happen. Because you know what? Other people got responsibilities too. Let the government take the initiative. Let the government start the process. Let's kickstart this process. Let's hold the government accountable. And so some of you who are passing around, who are trying to use these different incidences to appear as though you are humanitarian because you have political motives, shame on you. Shame on you. You are a disgrace. You are part of the problem. Because most of you will pass around like you are humanitarian, only for you to keep it as your portfolio to go in your and when they got a rape happen here, I contribute that. When they got a one happen here, I contribute that. Because I don't only record your guy. I challenge y'all to hold the government accountable. I challenge y'all to hold the government accountable. I challenge y'all. I challenge some of you to call President John. President John, we are powerful. I told you from day one. He's not a serious man. He will never be a serious man. I'm being honest. He's not a serious man. The man too is a celebrity. He's an entertainer. He's not a serious man. You're voted on a serious man. You're getting on a serious results. And you want for to pass around some people must support that. I'm saying it to all the well-meaning Liberians. You're listening to me very clear. You don't waste your time behind the foolishness. This is counterproductive. I'm saying it. Anybody want to take it anyway, go take it that way. But the facts remain the facts. These people are lavishing your money. Why that little girl, her family suffering? Up until now, we don't even know who did this. Everything is just in limbo. Keep everything top secret. Keep it top lip and so forth. When you talk about it, everybody want to do that one. Listen, I'm saying it. I'm responsible for my words. I take full responsibility for what I'm saying here. We can contribute and hold people accountable. If we are going to do that, I'm on board 100%. But if we're going to make it like a cash app and donation competition where people want to use it later on for political gains or means, I'm not part of that. And I will encourage everybody to not put a hand to that nonsense, because it's just going to keep like a cycle, and we're going to be enabling this nonsense over and over and over and over again, my people. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. I'm saying it here today. I know some people will not like what I'm saying, but go think about what I've just said to you. We need to wake up. Today, a few months ago, we contributed. One girl was raped. Today, another person will come and contribute. The after tomorrow, something will happen to somebody, will go contribute. You get money for all of that? And the big boys are telling, they're spending money here and there. They're raising this one, doing that one. You get money for that? You get money for that? Some of you can barely afford your rent or your car note. Yes, you have the heart to do so. These guys who want to run for political office, they use these different instances. So I'm saying to you, that's my point. Give me a second. I think somebody's calling you. Give me a second. I'm very sorry. That was a personal call I had to take. But we have to get to the point where we ourselves, we don't aid and abet these things knowingly and unknowingly. Some of these guys who is passing around, donate this. I'm a cool way, my friend, a political ambition, the girl. They're hustling on the different situations to make themselves popular. That political ambition, the girl, all they know. The advocacy, their network, their money that they're spending, they're not spending because today or tomorrow they will rub it in your faces. The people who can get fast and come on Facebook and talk about it and be making no all day. The political ambitions they get. Let me tell you today. I will say that when they got political ambitions, they are not doing it the right way. That's why they don't want to hold the government feet to fire, so the government can play their part and do what they're supposed to do. The government needs to play her part. Yes. That's why we pay taxes. Yes, you pay taxes to Liberia. Let me tell you today, if you didn't know, you do. Anybody bring that foolish talk to you and say you don't pay taxes, tell them they don't know what they're talking about. You contribute to the economy of Liberia. You pay taxes, my brothers and my sisters. You are not just Facebook citizens. Don't let these people who don't understand the facts, who don't understand the issues, come and tell you that you don't pay taxes so you don't have any voice. You do have a voice in the saying. You do. Let us not waste our time, my people. If we'll be contributors, we have saying into this, then we must be able to do the right thing. We must be able to do the right thing. Me and I'm here for y'all, and I won't be your favorite talk show host. I don't want no award. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I don't even want your friendship. But I will say as it is. Because at the end of the day, the truth is the truth. And these realistic conversations must be held in public and not behind closed doors. I will move forward to, you're your favorite talk show host. And so all of them, let me tell you something, they are compromised. I say it. But listen, let me say something here quick before I get to Taiwan Congo and Unity Party. The other time, after we call on Stand Up With a Spoon and Spoon Talk, he was on Spoon Talk showing a bunch of gibberish. Let me say something to Stand Up With a Spoon. Because me, I'm a direct shooter. I don't go behind the horse and talk. I don't go in corners and talk. No, I don't go in corners and talk. I don't. Just as you see my face, that's how I am. Just as you see my face looking like this, that's how I am. I don't go in corners and talk. Anything I say behind, I can say in front of you. Let me say this, Stand Up With a Spoon. Slow down. Slow down, brother. Slow down. Come and tell Lamempo what's up. Slow down. I'm being very honest with you, slow down. You don't want this other noise. You don't want it. You don't want the other noise. Everybody will now suck up to you. You better slow down. You better slow down. Me, I can call names and I can address people directly. You better slow down. It's not personal, but it's factual. And I don't take kindly to foolishness. Let me tell you today. Other people can take kindly to me. I don't take kindly to it. Anything that concerns the Liberian people and moving our country forward, because we are burdened too. We are burdened. We are burdened. And y'all want to play politics with everything. Y'all want to joke around. You better slow down. You think that everybody can suck up to you? You think that everybody can suck up to you? You think everybody can call you and you buy the plane ticket and you do other funny thing? You better revert the course. You don't even know what's up. You don't even know what's up. You don't know. You don't want any other noise. You don't want any other conversation. Because when we should bring this conversation in the public, and we should have this conversation, and we should go deep into what went on in Liberia, you're not like it. You better slow down. I'm saying Stanton Witherspoon, you are watching. You're watching. I know you're watching. If you're not watching, your bad boys will carry the news to you. They'll send a video to you. You better slow down. Bring all the information we need to know. We are the public. We want to know what's up. I'm not part of that your funny little thing. I'm not inside. I'm not inside. But you better slow down. And you were there throwing in director. Me, I don't go in the corner to talk. I can call name. I call your name. And I call your network. You better slow down, brother. You better slow down. You better slow down. Because we are able to have this conversation. And we are willing to have it. We are willing to have it. We are. Trust me. I want you to trust me today. That I don't engage into anything I don't have the facts on. Or I don't have the information on. I do not engage into anything I don't have the facts on and the information on. When I tell you, say I know what's up, I know what's up. When I tell you I know the conversation you had with President Joe Weah, I know. Trust that. Slow down, yeah? Slow down. Friend man say, do some man. Let me go easy, brother. But let's move to the Jose Yuma Boaka and United Party people. Let me say this to United Party people and Jose Yuma Boaka. Propaganda will not win the politics in Liberia. I told you, I said the time is gone. The day of propaganda, lies, and other things, that time over. You can even say Joe Biden will run with Jose Yuma Boaka. And that's true. You're living in utopia. Yeah, sorry for the young men and young women who are wasting their time. I'm very sorry for them. Some of them who have created enemies. Some of the men who are acting like women. They call me on speech because you call out the political leader, or you say this, or you say the facts. Like your business. Y'all get away, y'all bounce back. All of y'all bounce back. The time coming where reality will kick in. And Jose Yuma Boaka went to a meeting. He didn't tell y'all got a year also. Reality not kicking yet. Part 2 coming. Part 2 is coming. Part 2 is coming. Part 2 coming. Part 2 of the repeat of your being in limbo. You don't know what's up. It's coming. We'll come back to the video. It's coming. All that your foolishness you're talking about Tawan Gonglo going to join the one, Tawan Gonglo didn't join the one. I said it on this platform, Tawan Gonglo will not join the Unity Party. Let me say this. Yes, we have bad people in Liberia, but we have few good people. Have reputation, character, and something to protect. But not everybody in Liberia is about power, or that want politics, or that want some kind of name recognition. They're not everybody. I'm being honest with you. They're not everybody. They're not everybody that want that. I'm saying it here today. They're not everybody that want that. Some people want a good thing. Some people just want an easy flow and everybody benefit so that it can alleviate some of the pressure on other people. Many days, some of you who are in Liberia and other places don't know how much struggle, how much suffering people in the diaspora go through. That people will have to come to work. I will hope that people in the diaspora will stand up for themselves too. They will come from work. They will work hard. Some people can't sleep in their own homes. They send you money. They got to send friends and loved ones and family members money. to support. Yes, we are willing to do that. Nothing wrong with that. But is this all we are going to be doing for the rest of our lives? We can't enjoy our own self too. We can't invest our money. When people say, oh, you spend all that time in America and not do this. Do you know so many expenses and so many things people go through in this place? For you to alleviate, for us to fight together to alleviate some of this pressure so that at least somebody can keep 50 cents, $50 in their account. You think if Liberia was going okay and people had the businesses to run, all the petty cash then that you got to be sending for family member, loved and so forth, people can afford their children's school fee. You think we'll be where we are today? No, we wouldn't. Hold on, caller. Y'all give me a second, please. Sorry, there's a caller. We haven't opened the line yet. I just told the caller to call back really quick, and the caller will be calling back here in a jiffy or momentarily. But let me say this, my people. Let us fight for change. Let us fight for change. Ukraine, like I said earlier, I've never witnessed that in my life. Maybe I read about it once. I've never witnessed that. Ukraine showed that they're ready for change. They fought together. I saw the ex-president fighting along with the current president because it is the right thing to do. It is the right thing to do. I'd encourage all of the opposition political leaders to get involved with the issue of rape. Don't be silent. All of them to get involved with molestation, violation. Yes, it is the right thing to do. We can't use it as political movements. I'm saying this again. There are some men in Liberia and some women who will lose everything. But they will lose it on account of ensuring that they maintain their integrity. If I want a government friend and I get a government friend, truly speaking, if I wanted to be close with Joey, or if I wanted to be on the phone with Joey, trust me, and I get it. I know exactly what to do. I know I can fall in line today. If I fall in line today, based on the conversation and proposal that have been brought before, if I were just to fall in line or SKTV or to fall in line, we'll be hanging with the B-boys. But what does that benefit? Even after the B-boy has left, guess what will happen? Your reputation stay there. People look at it. People look at you for that. I told a friend of mine, I said there is one thing I will not do. I will not compromise the public interest for anything. I say the public interest for anything. I don't care who you can be. When you fall in the wrong line, we'll come and talk about it. So I don't want to be your friend. I'm not here to be your friend. Before social media, you didn't know me. I didn't know you. Cool. There's some people I knew from Africa. There's some people I knew I was growing up today. They can't talk to me. They can't speak to me because of the position I've taken against the government. Even some religious people. It's okay. It's okay. We lose some and we win some. But I have to be honest. We have to move this country forward. No serious-minded person that wants a future will support Joseph Human Boakai Unity Party. I will say it again. No serious-minded person will support Joseph Human Boakai and the Unity Party. See, when no serious-minded person will support George Weah and the CDC-led government. I say it again. Nobody that won't change with the behavior and the trajectory that this country is on. The amount of stealing and looting both the Unity Party and the CDC-led government they've done over the past maybe 17 or 16 years. So that means we've had peace. We have more peace than we have war. All our peaceful time, our own time, what we're supposed to be enjoying, where the country is supposed to move forward in the 21st century. No electricity, no running water. Every day people complaining about LEC, no running water, transportation, everything increased. I might come here and say that and intellectualize the people suffering and make it know that that's something again. Oh, that's what we should do. Or we should all fall in line. The president is doing well. And even though there are struggles, but the president is making end gains, even though there's struggle, y'all carry that foolish talk somewhere else. Nobody will get that talk from me. No man or woman will get that talk from me. Even my man said, call me and say, I'm not talking the way. I will talk it this way because it is the right way to talk it. The people are suffering. I'm not part of your hypocritical labyrinthine. You can go, you talk crap behind people back when you're sitting your alley, you're cool. Everybody laughing and everybody walking on eggshells. And you think that means they'll pass around with hate in my heart? Or I know that something is wrong. They are passing around bitter about it. They are passing around. No, it's not going to work. I don't roll like that. All of y'all who know me, people who know me personally, I don't roll like that. It's not personal. It is the facts. And we must stick with the facts. And the facts here is, some of the facts are, most of your talk show hosts are corrupt in their butt. I'm saying it today. But this 2023 that will come in, you're recording there. CDC will be playing there. And we hear again. You're recording there while you're taking teenage on a call and making deals. It comes and start dropping. You think you really think going in there with CDC or the corrupt guys? You really think they really love you? You're just going there. So no person in the right mind will go and waste their time behind Joseph Boaka and UP and that foolishness that they own and we bending that Ure there, passing around, talking about the one phone coalition, the one phone that one, the one phone that one. First of all, they're a bunch of broke boys or men, corrupt and broke. I'm saying they're corrupt. They can't come in here. Here say Joseph Boaka humble. Here say Joseph Boaka not corrupt. We'll make the case. We'll have the conversation. The Labyrinth will pick. All of you who are corrupt, apart from Joseph Boaka, will bring out your story. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll bring out your story and talk about it. Let Labyrinth know what's up. 2023, we're not leaving anything on cover. If Alexander Cummings ever went in any deal with anyone, and we hereby will know it, we will bring out Alexander Cummings' story. And we hear. The good thing about it is we have people that are willing to supply us with information for all camps. Let me say it to you. So nobody off the ground. Everybody will talk about it. The political leader, their country here will change their country by fire, by force. We will. We will. We will. We're not going to be on closed door to discuss it. So we are waiting for the spoon talk. And they say we're getting a chair. We'll get your chair here. We're watching the ego ass. I'll be throwing funny story around. The water coming dry. Few will eat feed. The water coming dry. The water is coming dry. And you're connected. You know who really, really connected. You know. When you hear yourself and talking, then you will know say there's connection in connection. There is connection in connection, yeah? There is connection in connection. So we're watching, we'll open the lines. Again, no see what man person will waste their time with that whole United Party thing when they're wasting their time on making noise around. No see what man group of people will join it. I'm saying it today. Y'all watch. No serious minded people will go and join them. I'm saying it again. No serious minded people will go and join them. That whole nonsense that they're passing around with. They're not serious people. No serious minded people will join them. Because then you got to go defend the character. You got to go make excuses for them. You got to spend the rest of your time doing it during that time. That's why I don't shy away from saying, it's sweet for Alexander Cummings what's going on with him. It's sweet for him. I don't shy away from it. It's sweet for him at ANC. It's sweet for them. They fall down inside. Good. When we told them, don't join criminals. The Labyrinth put out what they want. And the Labyrinth put out what they want. And the Labyrinth put out what they want. And the Labyrinth. There you go. There you go. It's sweet for y'all. Don't fall down inside. Good. Don't fall down inside. Good. These guys are bad actors. They're bad people. So yeah. Can we enjoy what you're signing up for? Can we enjoy it? This thing is a long stretch. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to go. But we'll leave it there. Let's hear your part. Let's hear your sing. Don't lavish your money. If these people don't want us to pressure the government for the government to play the part, don't waste your time. Don't waste your resources. You're going to have to be doing this every time. Don't. Let's hold the government accountable. Let's hold the Labrampo accountable. Let's hold the family members accountable. So that if even a family member commits a crime, that family member should be held accountable and it should be dealt with accordingly. If that a part do it, and let me say this. Some of you have even brought that notion here in America, where you sit in the house, you see your boyfriend, your husband, or your significant other abuse your children. And you take it to the pastor, you take it to the church, and you say, she wants for me to lose my man or my relationship. You won't put a man in trouble. You won't put a woman in trouble. I'm saying it to you today. The day I hear and there is proof, I will report you. I will report you and your husband or your boyfriend. Yes, I will. Because I can do it in the country. I have legal right to do it. Yes. And when I'm doing it, I will tell you the court, when they put it in the court recordings or whatever it is, they should put my name there. Do whatever you want to do. Because we got to stop this nonsense. We have to. We have to. Some of you sit there, these men be and get you black eye when the police come. You say, I don't want to get you in trouble. Yeah. Then you lie, you fall down. How the hell you fall down? You say you fall down on your left side, but your right side, your elbow black. You ate in the bed. These violent people, these criminals, these bad guys, they'll hurt you. They do all kind of things. They hurt your children. You know about it. Some of you are in America, you know about it. But you want to keep relationship because you want to have some kind of title on you. Okay. Don't tell them we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll have these conversations the hard way. Because that's the only way we'll change this thing. When we have these hardcore conversations. Factual conversations. Where some of you will not like us when you go and sit and think about the things that we say. You say, can't let that Steve guy, but the thing what that man said are true. Again, you don't have to like me. I'm not here for you to like me. But you will respect what we say on here. Yes, you will. Because they're facts and the truth. So, we'll leave it with you. Let all fight for the right thing. I'm not saying fight for you to be in bed with certain people so that you can get recognition. No. I'm saying let's fight for the right thing, please. Please. Let's fight for the right thing. Let's move this. We're tired. Some of us said we're growing beard now, gray-headed now, talking. We've been talking about this thing. And we're not stop. Because we're inside now. So yes, I am. We want to say thank you so much. Let's get to the lines really quick. The number will be pinned on here in a second. Please, if you place your call and we can pick up, we don't pick up your call right away, please. Or if the hands up, we'll call you right back. Yeah, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
This Lofa, by the way, and
hello,
thanks for. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for the call back, bro. I've been following. You hit some key points today, especially when it comes to the Spoon Network trip to Liberia, and the secretive idea of I don't know what it is that was so sophisticated that needed to be discussed with President Weah behind closed doors, but then they needed to go edit the interview before they bring it to the public when they're supposed to be one of the most sophisticated media network in the country that's supposed to bring this live interview about President Weah to the public, at which point the public is supposed to be informed, but yet and still they thought to kind of play with the minds of the people, and few people who believe that they can simply fall for these, little rat tricks and running around the ball can fall for it. But, people who can think for themselves would not buy this nonsense because, of course, we all understand what it is that Stanton and the rest of the crew have planned. And it's obvious. Anybody who can think and see, you don't have to be a scientist or you don't have to be, a psychic to see that Stanton is not doing this because he understands that he's fighting for change in Liberia. He understands the best thing to do right now is to muddy the water. Muddy the water in a way that nobody better than George Weah can send to the presidency, which will possibly give him a chance to continue his humanitarian work, his little kind gesture that he has going on to create more awareness for him, and then eventually he can actually make the decision to say, hey, okay, I'm going to jump in the race, and then he will at least have some kind of chance. Unfortunately for him, what he also forgets to realize that there are people who continue to suffer in Liberia. Now, Stanton is playing it in a way that, look, if anybody better than George Weah is sent to that position as a president, and the lives of Liberians starts to improve, which is not going to be instantaneous, it's not going to be like a next day change in Liberia. But yes, there will be change in Liberia, and people start to notice things. The bar would be elevated to the next level. The bar would be raised. So now, Stanton's only option would be to remain as a businessman in Liberia and not to dare attempt to go for the presidency. So the best thing to do right now is to make sure that the water is muddy to the point where the George Weah presidency will continue, and then come 2023 or 2029, where he may have a chance to jump in the race and participate. And what we are saying to Stanton and other people, look, our people have suffered too much, all right? The game and the little tricks around here is enough. We went through it with the Unity Party folks. We suffer, and we continue to suffer. Our people are suffering every day. Some people over here are working 2-3 jobs just to make sure that they can maintain their family and other friends back home. Young people cannot have admission to the academic institutions. They want the education. They can't get the same kind of education that your kids are privileged to have here in America. So when you want to play games with their lives, then people like, the Steve and other people would definitely call you out on these things. And anybody who is smart enough, who can just notice or see for themselves, will understand. I told people way before the minute the network said, oh, our interview or our discussion with President Weah was confidential, I knew definitely there was something that is not right about it, because there will be no reason why for a network that claims to be one of the biggest network in Liberia. Promise your people, we would meet with President George Weah. We will have an interview. And then you go to Liberia, all of a sudden the interview turns to something else. And then you're sitting supinely on your platform, telling the people they cannot make you to provide that information to them. You would do it at your time. Does Stanton understand his responsibility to the public? Does he really understand his responsibility? You owe it to the public. Maybe he doesn't know this. He thinks this is, again, he running, the nursing school or something. No. When you're in the media space, you owe it to the people, especially when you have made the promise to them. We are going and we will deliver. And you go there, you want to keep them in limbo. Maybe he doesn't understand what it takes or what comes with being in the media. But let me say to you and everybody else who are listening today, we're following closely. The change for Liberia that we all continue to push for is not going to be easy. We will make and break friendships. There will be friendships that will be created. There will be friendships that will be destroyed, because at the end of the day, we are tired. Liberians are tired. The reason why there is a little clip going on of a little Ukraine girl.
Yeah, right, standing up.
Who stood up to the Russian army. All right, she stood up to one of the guys. I just wish that all of us would be as courageous as that young girl to say, all of you corrupt politicians, It's about time that you gave opportunity to others to just better themselves, just their lives. You all have been opportune to steal. Like the Darius Dillon, who supposedly was the light at one point in time, all of a sudden, I don't know what happened to the battery with Bud, but yet and still, we are charging it. We will make sure the battery will not die on that light. It will come back on. You understand? Darius Dillon no longer maintained the voice he had. The voice that Darius Dillon who would speak, and all of his colleagues, including Edwin Snow, will shut up and listen. Today, Darius Dillon speaks, and even Lo-Fi Julius, who nobody knows, can speak up and people will listen as compared to a Darius Dillon. That tells you that everything that we ever fought for when we thought that we had laid the groundwork, okay, just went in limbo. It all failed. But you know what? We will continue and we will continue to fight. Just like that little girl from Ukraine that felt the need and she felt it to say, get out of my country. Young Liberians will continue to stand up and they will continue to fight. They will make sure that those corrupt politicians in Liberia who think that they can easily get away with things, they continue to manipulate the system in their own interest. We will make sure we will highlight them. When we bring them to, we will bring them to the public. They will be publicly scrutinized. Okay, so Stanton, I hope he and his team. Normally I don't call in and I just like to sit and listen in on people's views to hopefully educate myself on some of these things. But if Stanton and his team think that this is a game that they can easily play the minds of Liberians, I hope that they understand that there are other Liberians who are willing to stand up and make them to understand that this ain't no game. It would not happen. Let Stanton go back and do his assessment. Let him reevaluate what he signed up for. He chose to be independent. He chose to bring to the public the truth and nothing but the truth. And he would not use his little friendship games because he have everybody else who I believe on his platform wherever he wants them. It will not happen. The Liberians will get what they want and they deserve what they signed up for. Thanks for having me on, Moses. I continue to follow.
Thank you, Lova. Thank you so much. Well, the topic to the real big boy. Some of you, maybe you don't want to be on record. You don't want to call, but somehow we can have the hard conversation. Yes, we can. We can have the hard conversations. Yes, we'll lose friends and we'll gain some. And we might not be in this for popularity or for anything else. But let's do the right thing. And if I were to be wrong, please call me out. Please. Please. And if I need to change, I need to make amends, I need to apologize, I would. But the truth of the matter, we cannot continue like this. We cannot continue like this. We really cannot continue like this. I don't want to reduce this conversation to Stanton or Spoon Network, whatever it is. But Stanton has no clue. He has no clue. And not everybody you can fight. And not everybody you can try to get in the ring with, brother. You don't even want that noise, brother. You know, my man, the number on the screen, my man. Alana, the number on the screen. Look on the screen, bro. The number is on there. But I think you got my number, bro. You can call me directly. You got my number, Alana. Let me hold on 1 second. Let me double check on something here. I hope that the right number I put out before I can fall inside here, Alana. I can hear. Yeah, I don't want, but I hold that a friend and I didn't want to argue that thing. That's my friend. You don't change anything. Okay, Alana, you got my number, bro. Check your inbox. If you didn't save it, you got it, bro. So yeah, so these are some of the conversations we need to have. We need to have these open conversations in open airs and talk about some of these things. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
Hey, it's Atlanta King. Steve, how you doing?
What's up, bro?
Mighty, man. Thanks for bringing me on, man.
Sure. What's your take, my man? What's your input? You've been listening.
Yeah, brother, I've been listening and fell asleep. Then the great Mr. Julius Boris woke me up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Steve. The stuff make me sick to my stomach every day. You know, for change to come to a nation, especially in area like Africa, it has to start from the head. You understand me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's we are the president that some of us supported, champion the cause for peace to come to that country. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
He was going all around, you know, on every different platform. Even when he came to receive a award, you know, he spoke about peace. He got behind the UN, all the different organizations until peace came to the country, and they gave him the touch. They gave him the country. You know, Steve, it made me sick to my stomach, right? Like I said, Mr. We could either be the president or a humanitarian. You know, that would have been cool. But the people that fool the president and tell, you know, he has some leadership skills, you know, they lied to him. And he refused to learn on the job. Because we even saw it with doing some other people when they came on board. They have no clue about what it was.
Mm-hmm.
To be a president.
Right.
But I went back to improve. They read script from other leader books and other things and stuff. You know, they look around the surrounding. But I don't see my president. I don't know if my president will look around. Look, I think he make the great late Jerry Rollins rolling over in here great because Jerry Rollins saw that greatness in our president. That's why he went over there doing his inauguration. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
But I think they slapped Jerry Rollins back in his face by not championing the cause of his people. Look, for the president to be the president of the country people and can't talk to the country people to make out a read script from book. From when he addressing the nation, I look at this president, it makes me sick to my stomach. The only person that I can come to say with is how they call it, Mangay and Kalasco. Look at it, the delegate that went over there. That's why I said if I would have went over there, Steve, that person was going to hit the ground, walk on. That thing where some people were standing on the just praising him. It was going to be one of the worst mistakes he made to let me to speak. Look at the delegate that went, the people in the diaspora Liberian that went. The president didn't even speak to the people for even 10 minutes good. Mangeki, when he sat down, Mangeki started talking about the garbage. But he was able to sit with his own talk for over 4 hours. For 4 hours. Because of what? He think those guys can get him view, they can get him voters. That's why it's all about in that country. Look, Steve, it made me sick to my stomach. The first thing I know that the country was in danger, and the government that come to power, they ain't talking about what they're doing at the present moment, but they're talking about the next turn you're giving them is a danger.
Right.
They gotta start talking about 12-year rolling. They're not talking about the job they're doing. And we have the opposition too that do nothing for the country, nothing to improve the life of the country, but they're talking about election. From the time George we are standing there, the opposition start talking about 2023 coming. 2023 coming. Nothing. Nobody do a damn thing in that country. And our people are so uneducated, Steve, to even address those things. So the politicians, they like, look at you, that's it. How they call themselves, the politician or what? You know, they just play our people for puppet. All the 3 different branches of government, they play our people for puppet.
Yep.
They're doing nothing in our country, and because lack of education, the only thing our people want in our country is food. And once the politician can get a low bag of rice, that's all they need. So they don't hold them accountable for nothing. And it's a shame. We 200 years old, 200 plus years old, Steve, and people are still putting their belly first than their unborn generation to come.
Yep. Thank you,
They
my man.
talk about Yeah, before that other brother left, we were talking about Joseph Boaga. Joseph Boaga is a former minister of agriculture, but he got to import rice to eat. We importing pepper and Liberia. We serious. We're not serious, see? But we just hope that somebody come from the sky or fall from somewhere and kind of rescue that country. But that country, for that country to be rescued,
thank you.
they had, we saw in Ghana, Jerry Rollins led the cause. Thomas Sankara did.
You got 30 seconds, Alanda. You got 30 seconds, so I can take another call, please.
Yeah, man, people right over there. He champion in the cause. My own president over there, the man wake up for Glasgow to take a picture. One Glasgow tell you, oh, that man of people. Look at President is saying we inside.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Alanda. Thank you, Alanda.
Government is saying we inside.
Thank you.
All
right. Thank you for your contribution, bro. Appreciate that. Well, Alanda is a former CDC or president supporter. Yes, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? You have about one. Yeah, you have one. You have 1 minute and a half, please, because we're about to wrap it up here.
Steve.
Yes, T.
There one or two questions I have, right?
Yes, please.
My thing is, we are in America. You're in America. In this great United States, when people are running for office, let's say Joe Biden, opposition. What do opposition do in the country? They're going to go meet the constitution and talk to the people about voting?
For the most part, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. But do you see opposition in America bidding things and bringing joy, bringing this?
No, that's not.
You don't see?
No.
Okay. But why is it in Liberia, our own opposition will be different? Coming wrong because opposition, they see where you bring it. Why coming for base school? Why coming for bring job? And you bring it, then what you do? Then what's the point of taking job? Then let coming work for job and then let job just stay there. Because the purpose of opposition not to make the current government easy, to make it easy for them, isn't it?
Yeah, but here is a T. Here is something that you have to understand about the strategy or the mindset or the psychology behind this.
Yes.
They want to reduce people running for office to be donors.
Yes.
And taking responsibility for the government. The question I will ask for the reverse is this: how much roles, how much hospital, how much people benefited from George Weah before he was president, when he was senator?
There you go.
That's number one. Number two, why must the government, the president, and other people sit back with the country money that they're supposed to be spending on other things? Then you tell somebody, say they might come and go before you vote for them, what they have done, they might go build rehab, they might build a hospital, they might build a clinic. Listen, the people who say that, let me tell you what they are doing. The people who say that, they are beggars by nature, and they want everybody to be beggars, and they don't know their own rights.
Normally the show with Papa, you move to 5:30. I watched the show this morning. In the city, boy, educated.
Lead out como criminal, man. Costa como criminal. Lead out como criminal. We're not discussing como criminal here, man. Costa como criminal. I say it.
Yeah, he got a lot of mothers very immature because in America, you see how things run. And all this today, and now convinced what they're seeing all.
Lead out, man. Como criminal.
You cannot use them, man. You talk about them, millions. Why you concerned about them, millions? You in America too. You a smart man. Come and see at 20, you went to school, you did what you had to do, you accumulated wealth. Do the same thing.
You got 10 more seconds.
Support your money behind what God. What that 40 years, what was in power for 12 years? Why you millions? Why you feel that you use somebody? So when you use them, it will make you like bread. So say you can use it and make it less of a Liberia. That would keep a lot of Liberia away from coming to that country with their money.
Thank you.
And I told somebody today, I said, you're the one in that country. If somebody say, oh, Steve got money, or Steve want one, well, boy, I want one, he got money. You see, I want Liberia there?
Thank you. Thank you.
Steve would be an asset for me, then the boy would be a Liberia for me. Because when you poor man, you saw what happened. He feels.
Thank you so much.
Before he comes to you, so that people need to understand.
Thank you, T. Thank you. I say Costa is a common criminal. I don't want to say it. Costa is a common criminal and a beggar. I say it. He's nothing. He's nothing. You don't waste your time being that joker. He's nothing. He is nothing. Even a loud mouth said nothing. He can't make nobody to win election. He has never made anybody to win election. The Darius Delon that he wanted to take credit for, that all of us put our support behind Darius Delon. That not Costa made to win. Costa has never won election in his life. He has never made anybody to win election. He is zero ballot. He nothing. He nothing. Nobody should be afraid of him. Nobody should even consider him. Don't leave that joker. Let him be passing around making noise. He's a common criminal. I say it. He is a common criminal. He's not a serious man. Nobody should pay attention. Cause that joker. Cause that serious man. I ain't gonna be listening to that joker say. You're not serious. Common criminal that you waste your time. What you will get from him? Inconsistent as nothing.
Hello?
Yes, caller. What's your name? What you calling? What you call me? I'm returning your call, caller.
Okay, this is Levy. Thank you for calling, Steve.
Hey, Levy.
Hi. You know, okay, forget about. I'm not reaching out to the spoon people because Stanton lost his credibility from in my eyes when he told us on Spoon TV that what's the man name? The SG. What's his name?
Serena Sifas
was the best lawyer he ever known. So that alone, I was like, so I watch Spoon now just for entertainment because we know what side they're on, we know the game he's playing, and if other people cannot see it and take them for serious, we know the games that it is. And like you rightly said, he's doing it to discredit Mr. Cummings and to put in Joseph Boyka, and he knows Joseph Boyka. Actually, they're all in the same game. Joseph Boyka has sold himself to CDC, and he's just waiting for his payout from what's this man name, George Weah. But anyway, my thing is, in a book was written about the facts, and women. You know, the witches that call themselves women came out in the daytime because in the daytime, Judy Andy them look like women, but actually at night, you know, they are actually witches, especially those people there now that by that AFC way. All those people are witches. You have a 3-year-old and a 13-year-old that was raped, and it's not in their heart. But of course, again, they're witches, so they cannot because it's all part of it. They feed on blood. And these witches, but the people who's actually supposed to be talking about the rape, how I messed up, came out so many times that the lady is tired because she was not getting any support, you know, from the same families that she was trying to help. And I join you, Steve. I ain't gonna give no more GoFundMe money anymore to somebody because somebody was raped. Because these people are not coming up to help themselves. When are we gonna stand up to help ourselves? It's so sickening that I don't even like to look at those things anymore. I saw that picture and I tell you the fact, Steve, I have a daughter. And if a man does it to my daughter, whether the man is her cousin, whether the man is her brother, she ain't got none. But whoever it is, I would be in jail for life. I would be in jail for life. These people need to be castrated. And I will say this on your show. My cousin, my very cousin, she castrated her dad. He died. Goodrich. You heard that. Did you hear that story? It was a big thing. It was on the new Montel Williams in New York.
Yes, I heard. I read about it. I read a transcript.
Yeah, it was my cousin.
Oh, okay.
It was my cousin that did it. Why? Because her dad. Why? He came from Liberia and was visiting them. And he came.
Thank you.
And she was so tired. Why can't we stand up? This is sickening.
Thank you so much.
This is sickening. But with this phone thing, yeah, thank you so much, Steve. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Levy. Thank you. Well, let me get the last caller here, and then we'll call it a day. We'll give you the announcements for the day, and we'll get going. But that's certain point you don't even need to worry about. They just talking there, no factor. Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yes, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Ben, the Undercover Solution. How are you?
Hey, Ben. What's up, my man?
Yeah. So, the only thing that I want to to speak about. It's about this own talk. It's a little disappointing for how much support the Liberian people have given this guy, and it's like they are trying to bite the Liberian people back by doing them so much injustice. This is what I'm saying. This guy has so much connection with people in government. All right, and with all the connection that he has a power on things like these rifts that are going on to speak to people for them to do something, but they don't do it. What is your power if you're not using it for something meaningful? I mean, you just let us know that you know these people. You can call them anytime. Yes, you call them. They come on your show. But for them to really make an impact is for what these people would do for the Liberian people. I mean, how many babies must be raped before these people know that this thing is going out of hand? How many? Is it because it is not any of us children who are being raped?
Thank you.
It's so stupid. It's just bad. I just hope that they will have a real sense of direction and call on this government to do something. It's too bad.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? You'll be the last person, please.
Yeah, thank you for taking my call. How you saying? I mean, the last call, but I really appreciate you taking my call.
Yes, I didn't want to get in trouble with Minnesota people.
Yeah, well, man, again, like I said, thanks, man. But I mean, I understand everything you said. You got a big point. But I'm coming from it from another side because I think what it is right now is trying to. I mean, if you go by what you suggested, I mean, you want to allow evil to win. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
So I'm begging that you don't go by what you're saying. Rather, you should let us just continue to fight. And this fight has to do with voter education, because in the end, I recall things that Cindy had told us. So in the end, you have to do it, with leadership. Until we get better leadership in Liberia, people continue to suffer. People are very, very helpless. So you guys have got a voice, and you guys are behind the microphone. You guys have a bit of responsibility to assist, to continue to fight, because the moment you drop your hands, it means evil will take over the country.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
So I'm begging that maybe you guys can dedicate at least, time in the week for just voter education. To continue to speak to the people. Because people say like breakfast sleep, I don't think it's that stupid. You know what I mean? If people can see, they know the suffering, but just waiting for that moment and opportunity.
Thank you.
Let them know about, but big voter education will be very, very important.
Most definitely.
To end this thing, because people is taking over that land. When the moment you guys give up, then they succeed.
I agree with you. We'll definitely allocate time. We'll take your suggestion very seriously to push the voter education. Let me take another call. Thank you so much. This will be the last person, please. I gotta go. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
Hey, how you doing, Rose? Sure. How are you?
Rose.
Hi.
Oh, what's up? I was in your area a few days. I didn't even call you. Sorry, Mama.
Oh my God! What?
I saw you in a crew, but I was a little busy. But sorry, the next time before I leave, I'll definitely call you back.
We can't believe it.
I know. I will pay the fine. I'm very sorry. Yeah, but what's up?
Yeah, but good show. There's a lot of things that happens in Liberia apart from this RIP thing, and I think I've spoken about this before. Parenting in Liberia needs to be looked at. Gender minister, I don't know what she do there, but things are getting out of hand, and they do have people that's supposed to be checking on these things and putting laws and stuff into place. And I have a job and can't do your job. You cannot have a job and just show up to programs and stuff and say you are a minister, you are this, you are that, but you're not doing a job. Kids are on the streets, unattended kids are riding, public transportation, unattended kids are selling in the streets during school hours, unattended. I'm talking about age 8 years old or 7, 8, 9, 10. They are on the streets by themselves. And we can blame the perpetrator, we can blame the people that want to sleep with these kids. But where are we blaming the parents? Where did the parents come?
Right.
Where we live in the U.S., yes, they will blame the people that whatever. But you as a parent will be charged. You as a parent, if you endanger your child, you will be charged.
Right.
They don't joke about that. We pay thousands of dollars for daycare in this country. So the kids are old enough to be able to be by themselves. We pay money for that. And if you think you're going to be cheap and say you're going to endanger your kids, you will never live in this country. And that's what when people, they think they can do that in Liberia when they know better in the U.S. that an 8-year-old or 7-year-old walking in the street by themselves. You crazy? It can never happen. So again, parenting in Liberia needs to be looked at. The parenting skills in Liberia are poor. I mean, poorly. I don't understand. Kids are there. Older men sleeping with 12 years old, 10 years old, because the parents said them to sleep with the men there.
Thank you.
I don't know why we acting like we're so shocked. You see our parents, a 10-year-old, 12-year-old going to go sleep around to bring money. You understand me? So we need to start looking at those things, those underlying things. That is the main thing we need to start looking at.
Thank you.
We need to call out the gender ministry or minister or whoever to start working.
Thank you so
Get
much.
out your office. Go in the street and start working. You need to do work. There's a lot of work in that country to be done. For you to be in your office, you don't need no office time right now. The whole street of Montgomery, you need to be on there. From the time you clock in your office, you need to have a team to go out in the street.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry for the family, and it's so disgusting. It's so heartbroken. But whoever did that, I hope they don't never come out of jail. I don't know what the charges they're doing but I hope they never come out of jail.
Thank you so much, Rose.
All right, you take care.
All right. Let me do this really quick before we. My man, I say I gotta go, my man, but let me give 1 minute. I gotta go. Yes, yeah, Lofa, go ahead. I gotta go.
Okay. Quickly, let me just say this. In regard, I'm going back to the phone network issue because that is actually where my focus has been going. I've had so many questions about this, and of course, I'm going to address it on my show too. But let me say this, I will advise Stanton to take note of one thing. Let me break a page from Costa's book. If you continue on this track, you will end no different from Costa. It will only be for the sake of amusement, for which people will listen, but they will not take them seriously. I will advise him in this open, public manner that you need to be careful. That's all I wanted to say. Take a page out of Costa's book and put himself on the right trajectory. If he thinks that by misleading the Liberians will give him an opportunity because he realized that if Liberians were to elect somebody competent, he would never come close to even serving as a representative. So he must mislead them, so he put them in that position. I hope that he will take note of what Costa has been through and where he's at, because you could more than likely end up being just like that, where it is just a matter of either treatment and people have not much to do. Thanks, Moses, for affording me the opportunity to contribute.
Thank you, Lofa. We'll keep it right here. We'll close it. Let me give the announcements really quick. Gotta run here. Gotta do something really quick. Let me give the announcements. We'll be on Thursday by the grace of God. Friday will also be on for the continuation of mental health and wellness. We did not finish up on last Friday with the segment that we're on. We're going to finish up on it. We're going to talk about how the brain functions at age 3 for you to think about it. What needs to be done, our responsibility as parents. We'll be on Friday. Thank you for sticking and staying with us. We'll also be on Saturday and Sunday. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for your contribution. Let us have this conversation continuously. We owe no apology for stating the truth, the facts. That will owe no apology. So, say my friend that left me today, let me find a new friend. Tell me, and my other friend in Philadelphia who I didn't call, I hope the music as a player will forgive me. When I was on the East Coast, I didn't call a couple of people. I didn't go to see a couple of people. You're sorry. You're sorry and sorry and sorry. I didn't want to be in the fights. But let's call it a day. Ciao.
Lump.
Find a friend like me. Find a friend like me. If you not want betrayal, find a friend like me. Find a friend like me. Find a friend like me. If you not want betrayal, find a friend like me.
Bombay, oh, find a friend like me. Bombay, Jenny, oh, find a friend like me. Find a friend like me. Find a friend like me.
Hey, see bestie. Your bestie not sweet like my bestie. Your bestie da la bestie. Find a friend like me.
I say, see bestie. Bestie wanting to wealthy. Find a friend like me. I hear them say, they want me go. I say,